Hurricane John is about to make landfall again in Mexico, now between the states of Guerrero and Colima. Right now it's a Category 1 hurricane positioned at 17.6 degrees north, 102.8 degrees west, and it's bringing a lot of rain to the center and to the west of Mexico, especially in the state of Guerrero, where there's been a lot of rain since the last 3 or 4 days and still expected to bring more rain to the oncoming 5 days. So of course this is a pretty dangerous situation for all the people in the center of Mexico, especially in Guerrero, where mudslides could be one of the main threats, including the flash flooding and the rainfall accumulations. And Hurricane John right now at 19 hours local time in Acapulco, Mexico, has sustained winds of 75 miles per hour with a pressure of 979 millibars, moving very slowly at 3 miles per hour to the northwest. So that's also one of the main threats about this cyclone, since the storm is moving absolutely slowly, which of course the effects of hurricane conditions in the state of Guerrero and Colima and nearby cities are going to be lengthy, unfortunately. So this is the current status of the storm as of 19 hours local time in Acapulco of September the 26th, 1 hour in the Universal Central Time. And the National Hurricane Center has issued these current warnings, of course, and the main locations where could receive the most significant impacts of this storm are Lázaro Cárdenas in Michoacán, which is about where the storm is about 53 miles to the west-southwest of the city, 96 miles to the southeast of Tecomán in Colima, 122 miles to the southeast of Manzanillo, and 215 miles to the west-northwest from Acapulco. And those rainfall accumulations and the hurricane and cyclonic effects are going to be the main threat for those important and nearby cities in the western coast of Mexico. But of course the whole convection of the storm, it's covering also the Mexico City, Hidalgo, Puebla, Veracruz, and many other states where also rainfall accumulations could be high and flash flooding could be one of the main threats, practically in the entirety of the center and south of Mexico. And this is the wind shear levels graphic, and this graphic is showing you that the wind shear is actually starting to increase, but not really has been an issue for John right now, since the wind shear levels have been especially low, practically non-existent during its lifespan, and that's why John managed to become a hurricane again, despite the land interaction and the practically getting so close to land. So this is a really dangerous situation, and how impressive this storm has been so far, since actually made landfall as a Category 3 storm quite a few days ago and re-emerged the Eastern Pacific Ocean and again re-intensified into a hurricane. So it's something not really common to see on this type of hurricanes. I can remember Hurricane Manuel in 2013 doing something very similar, which of course devastated the western side of Mexico and became the costliest Pacific hurricane in history before the arrival of Otis last year in Acapulco. And the sea surface temperatures practically boiling 31 Celsius, which is extremely hot, not extremely cold, extremely hot for a tropical cyclone to rapidly intensify and sustain its intensity as well, which John has been doing so. And the humidity also has contributed as well, the low wind shear levels as well. So practically John has been under and over conditions where was completely favorable to become a significant hurricane that has been so far. And this is the GFS model, and we are predicting that John it's going to dissipate after making a secondary landfall today in the next hours. but it's going to be persistent. All the remmants of John, practically all the outflow of John, practically staying on land and getting stalled over there, bringing a lot of rain, bringing a lot of still some cyclonic effects, possibly another like tropical depression trying to form nearby where the remmants of John could be. So this is going to be some interesting days, because we don't know really what is going to occur on the near future, but definitely we can see that the whole western coast of Mexico are going to receive many more inches of rain non-stop practically during the rest of this week and possibly the first days of the next week. And the multimodal diagnostics, as you can see, some models are saying that John is actually a hurricane, others are saying that it's a high-end tropical storm, but expected to make landfall practically in the next hours and then rapidly losing strength again and dissipating in the next 2 days, possibly by September 29th, where it's expected to re-emerge the Eastern Pacific Ocean, but not reforming, since the wind shear is going to increase and sea surface temperatures are going to be cooler and conditions in general could be more hostile for a cyclonic formation or reformation in this case. And the wind shear levels practically low, expected to increase marginally over the next days, which of course it's going to affect John after it dissipates. It's practically going to prevent that the storm reforms for a third time, but still the rain accumulations and on the convection and the cloud covers in the whole western and central Mexico are going to remain there, since the humidity is extremely high over there, and rainfall accumulations, it's going to be one of the main threats. Sea surface temperatures 31 Celsius, humidity extremely good as well, between 70 to 75%, which is absolutely good for a tropical cyclone to intensify or at least to maintain its strength. So practically John has been doing great with the conditions that the atmosphere and the ocean has given to that storm, unfortunately for the people in nearby cities in Guerrero and Michoacán so far. And this is some of the satellite presentation and imagery of Hurricane John. You can find them on the Forster team's website, so you can see all the tools and content that we have for you, like blogs, articles, satellite imagery analysis, etc., that you can find them here at www.forster13.com. And looks pretty disorganized, or at least the main convection is located on the south of the storm, but it's still there. The wind speeds are there as well. So John is an extremely dangerous storm, which its main threat is going to be the rainfall accumulations, not really the winds. But well, unfortunately now it's the turn for the people in the western side of Guerrero, Michoacán and Colima, unfortunately. So let's see what happens. Hopefully the people are well prepared enough for this storm, and just hoping the best that nothing bad happens there. And also please stay tuned with our content and in our social media and the YouTube channel as well, since Hurricane Helene, it's about to make landfall in Florida as an extremely powerful and dangerous Category 4 hurricane today, well, tonight to be more precise. And so of course Force 13 is going to make more coverage of the storm, and unfortunately it's going to be a rough time as well in Florida, so please stay tuned as well with that storm, because the tropics just are getting wild and this is just the beginning. That's all for today's update.
Become an Ultimate Fan today.